Hello and welcome. I am excited to be with you here live today. I'm here with my friend Ella, and we are going to have a conversation about quantum healing and the Akashic Records, about deepening into your own intuitive knowing and how your Akashic Records can support your life as we're going forward. So thanks for joining us. Hey, Ella.
Hey, I always love these conversations. So I'm super excited to dive into it because I just get to pick Lisa's brain and take advantage of her extensive knowledge when it comes to this topic. So the first thing I'm noticing right now is there was a pretty intense full moon. I think you said two eclipses,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So one partial, one full.
We had a solar
Yeah.
partial eclipse here in the US, and then
Mhm.
we had the full on really beautiful blood moon just on Sunday last, which was very powerful. And so
Mm.
this is what we call it's the start of eclipse season. And eclipse season runs really through the summer and usually ends right around the Lion's Gate, which is
Okay.
August 8th. So
Mm.
8-8 is the Lion's Gate, another huge alignment with the dog star Sirius. And that will complete this this eclipse season that we're experiencing. So kind of be prepared for some intensity with these eclipses. Now, you were just telling me,
Well,
Ella, that you felt better after this last eclipse.
oh my God. I don't know what it is, but the full moon always, well, for the most part, 8 times out of 10 will affect my sleep. Usually, if I have like 2 or 3 nights of really crappy sleep, I'm sort of like, oh, is there a full moon coming up? Um, and leading up to this, the week prior to the full moon and the eclipse, it was like really unstable, anxious energy. At least that's what I was hearing from people. That's what I was feeling. And it was like right after, like the day after it happened, immediately everything smoothed out. And I don't know what it was. Like everything just seemed calmer. Was that like what you were noticing?
Um, yes. And, for me, of course, it depends on what's happening. We're all such unique souls having our
Hmm.
own human experience.
Hmm.
But definitely this eclipse has moved us into a higher vibrational state that
Hmm.
feels more expansive. So the way the record keepers talk about it is it allows some of that frenetic energy, which is also what causes anxiety and stress,
Hmm.
to release a little bit. It's like there's more space all of a sudden. We're like, oh, I can breathe. Maybe I could even take a day off. Wouldn't that be a lovely thought, right?
That was actually just after. I was like, why haven't I gone to the pool lately? Like I have a pool on my plate. Like, why haven't I gone to the pool lately? Like, what's been, I was sort of like, oh yeah, I always feel so much better when I do that. So that totally resonates. And you were saying, so we're heading into eclipse season.
Right.
And and Mercury's in retrograde at the moment, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
So
are some of the things that might be affecting the collective right now?
well, right now, of course, we have a variety of different things happening. So we always have these different astrological um,
Hmm.
things happening, like the eclipse season, like Mercury in retrograde. Some people are very sensitive. Again, astrologically, it depends on how that hits your chart. But I know that even I, who is usually free from Mercury retrograde issues, I've been noticing the technical stuff popping up. And so that's showing up for a lot of people. But to me, these eclipses are very much about energetically moving through doorways, right? So
Hmm.
there's that intense energy and building energy as we move up to that eclipse. And then it's a bit of a bang as that door actually opens and we flow into a greater expanse and higher vibration. So it's kind of like climbing a big staircase over the whole summer. And we have that, which is always going on every single year, on top of the vibration that we're experiencing in 2020 this being a profound foundation building year for all of the light workers, so all of you who are helping to start the process of really creating a foundation for the new earth. So we're foundation building for the creation of the new earth. So the last 9 years, the way I get it really in the records is that from about, what was it, 2012 to 2021, I forget what year it is, 2021, so a 9-year
2022,
cycle.
right? Oh, sorry, you're talking about a cycle. I was like, no, it's 2022 right now.
Right,
But
right.
yeah.
So this new cycle started in January of 2022. So we're in a fresh new cycle, which is very intense. The energy speeded up. We are creating this next 9-year cycle is really about starting to build out the new earth in so many different ways. And I know for so many of us, it is kind of traumatic. The world is just a nightmare in its own way, right? So there's so many things going on all over the world. And I know that this next 9-year cycle is going to continue with a lot of the decreation of our old 3D world so that we really truly can create a 4th and 5th dimensional planet, really living in love and peace. Now, I wish I knew that it would only take 9 years. That would be so glorious. But of course, the Akashic Record keepers are often saying that, we're on a human timeline right now. And so what we do, what we think, what we believe, and how we act in the world is truly creating this timeline. So the more that we can be love, high vibrational energy, peace, compassion, forgiveness, the more that every one of us can fully live in these higher vibrations of peace and love, the more that ripples out to your friends, your family, your community around you, the faster and easier it will be to create the new earth. So really, my intention is to get everyone on board that I can, to raise your vibration, become conscious, move into love, move out of fear, and start to create this beautiful new earth with ease. So that is this 9-year cycle. So we'll have an intense summer as we're climbing these stairs. But I think it's going to be an intense 9-year cycle, honestly. That's what I get from the record keepers. And it can be intense in a fabulous way.
Yeah.
Because it's opening a lot of our creativity. So much higher vibrational energy and light is coming to the planet than ever before. So it may be intense, but it can also be fabulous. So let's go for fabulously intense new earth building.
It's interesting that you say that we're heading into, I'm just posting it's going to be a free Zoom training. So if you're interested in what Lisa's saying and you want to hear more about this, I just posted the free Zoom training in the comments on Facebook. So register, it's free. Why not? And so it's interesting you're saying that we're in a time of expansion after this last solar eclipse and whatnot, because I know historically, a lot of the times when we're feeling like something's off, like we're not exactly sure what we should be doing career-wise or relationships or offer something's off, expansion can be really exciting, but it always is followed by a really harsh contraction. And I know that it wasn't until I connected with you, because you've done my Akashic Records and I've gotten your programs and I do the meditations and really learned how to tap into this, was I able to really mitigate a lot of the things that would have before brought me into states of anxiety or states of just not feeling good. Right. So talk to us about how the Akashic Records can help stabilize our, both our expansion and our contraction periods, and how it's something that can help us move forward consistently and know that we're on the right path.
Right. So Boy, the Akashic Records are so powerful and useful every single day, because not only is it it holds the information and wisdom about you as that expansive soul. Not only is all your life wisdom in your Akashic record, but what you planned, what you came to do, the learning, the growth, the support, the relationships, all of this information is written about in your Akashic records. So the Akashic records support us from this kind of contraction or that energy of, one step forward, two steps back, that we've kind of been in these old patterns for a really long time. And it helps us because one of the things it does is not only does it raise your vibration, and it raises your vibration significantly, because we're moving from this kind of human dense plane of existence into source vibration and the quantum field, where we can do phenomenal healing on our traumas from earlier in our life, from our past life traumas that are still holding us back, from all these different kinds of patterns that we've had that are the two-step back. It's that kind of, to me, I often see it almost like hooks and wires that we have into our back. So we pull forward into a step and we make a new step, and then we get kind of yanked backwards energetically. And we don't have to do that when we can be consciously aware of what those hooks are from. We can literally unhook ourselves. We can clear and release the emotional pain, the trauma. We can heal a lot of the story from our lifetime that kind of pulls us back and drags us back down. So there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of doubt that all of us have as humans. And some of that is literally a human program that is programmed into all of us. So when you can start to go, oh, I have a program of doubt and fear, that every time I think, oh, maybe I should try that or do this or go there or, get a new job. And we go, oh, I don't know, can I do that? Is that a good thing we just fall back down into all of this low vibrational energy of low self-esteem and fear and doubt and lack of trust, right? So we can do tremendous healing for ourselves in our own Akashic records. And this is one of the reasons I like to talk about the fact that your Akashic records are held in the vibration of the quantum field and source energy. And so I teach people to access their own Akashic record so that you can have divine guidance from your soul, your infinite and wise soul, every single day. Every time you think, maybe I should try that, you can literally open your own records and ask your record keepers, is it in my soul alignment to write a book or start this business or work with this person? Do I have a soul contract with this person? Maybe are they part of my soul family? Is there karmic patterns that are included in that I should know about? So if things are challenging, I already understand it. I already know that I came to work on that stuff, right? So we literally can use this information in our Akashic records every single day to support your life, step by step, whether it's a new choice or an old challenge.
That's really cool. So I mean, this is honestly, I feel like over these past 2 years that I've known you, I've morphed into like a different person. And I think a lot of that is to do with tapping into this stuff and being more open to it and being more aware of, hey, how can I work with my purpose here, with the universe, with the tide that's taking me where I know I want to go. I might not know it yet, but I know there's something good for me there, to smooth this stuff out and not make it such a goddamn struggle. So when it feels like our life is just not in alignment, not working, maybe things are falling apart, how can the knowledge from the Akashic Records really benefit us?
Well, it can be phenomenal, honestly, because if you go into your Akashic Records and you ask your record keeper. So I'm going to take one step back because I want to just give you a quick definition to me of what the records are and our record keepers, who they are. So everything you have ever been or done in your soul's journey through all time space continuum. So your 500 lives on planet Earth, your thousands and millions of lives in other places, planes and dimensions, are all recorded in this etheric field we call the Akasha. And so you have your own personal Akashic record. I often see it like a beautiful library. And you have your own Akashic record keepers, your own personal librarians, who are in service to only you. And most of us, I'm going to say, have a half a dozen to a dozen Akashic record keepers who are in service to us. So they're literally waiting to talk to you, right? These are the beings of light that know everything about your whole soul's journey. I mean, there's no one better in the whole wide galactic universes that would know more about you than your record keepers, right? So your ascended masters are great. Your angels are amazing, but they're not just focused on you. Your record keepers are all about you and who you are and what you came to do in this life. So I literally open my records every day and I can ask my record keepers something like, for some reason, my life is feeling out of alignment. I'm, say, doing this. Maybe I started to do a new meditation program, or I'm thinking about working with this business partner, but I don't know, something's off. What can I know? What can I do? What can I heal? And so your record keepers will actually say, well, this person, this business partner, there is a soul contract to learn and grow together. Now, what that means is that there is growth. There will most likely be challenges, because it's usually the challenges that create the growth. And when you can work that out and move forward, you will actually be a stronger, clearer, businesswoman, or you will have realized a new direction for your business. So don't give up yet. We want to clear maybe some of this old energy or clear some of the fear, but they'll often say, don't give up yet. Or, nope, this is not the right person. You don't have a soul contract with them. You're really feeling out of alignment because there is no energetic soul alignment with that person. So let that relationship go. And if you're looking for, say, a business partner or someone to work with, look for someone else that you have a soul contract, a support contract, which is always lovely, right? To support each other. So you can get very specific information about your life, which is very different than just kind of that intuitive hit where you kind of, get goosebumps or tingles, or you're like, oh, I think something's happening here, but I don't really know what. So your record keepers communicate very clearly. Most of us have levels of clairaudience or claircognizance. Claircognizance is just a knowingness. We might not hear it like in our head, but we just know, oh, this is the next step. This is right for me. This relationship, I can feel that. And when I teach people to access their own Akashic records, I literally teach you a 5-step wisdom prayer system to simply and easily access your own Akashic records, so you can have these profound conversations with your record keepers and really get a lot of information. So if you're out of alignment, you can know why. And for most of us, there's usually a bunch of reasons, right? It might be that one step. It might be that one relationship that's not quite in alignment that can use some clearing and some fine tuning. But it could be other things on top of it, right? And so I love to open and access my records daily, or at least a couple of times a week, to make sure that I'm on the highest and best path that I can be on for my life, for my business, for my family, for my health, for my abundance, for my every alignment in my life.
So when people jump on, by the way, when I was just looking at the page here, when is the free Zoom training?
Oh, sorry. It is, let me just
I was just looking on the page, unless I totally missed it. Let's make sure they know when it is.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It is on the 24th.
Okay.
Tuesday, the 24th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Perfect. So on next Tuesday, when people jump on the Zoom training, what are some of the things they're going to be able to access in there? Like, what are some of the, is it a Q&A? Like, talk to us about how that works and what's going to happen.
Right, absolutely. So I really talk a lot about some of these keys to deepen your intuition and how accessing your Akashic records can really benefit and transform your life. And we do quite a bit of healing. I am honestly really a healer at heart, so I love to do group healing. So we clear some past life blocks that might be holding you back. We do a beautiful guided meditation to connect your three brains, because we have three brains in our body. And when you can connect them, it really deepens your intuition so you can receive more intuitive knowingness with ease and grace. And so we do a little work around being opening really to receiving more divine wisdom. And so it'll be, usually I'm going to say I do almost a 90-minute teaching, training, healing, guided visualizations and meditations, so that you can really get some shift of energy in that time and learn more about the upcoming Akashic Record self-mastery program I'm starting in June.
Honestly, for anybody who is like on the fence, just do it. Just like, you have nothing to lose. Just go check it out. If you feel at all drawn to this material, if you're friends with Lisa, you're probably somewhat drawn to this material. It's one of the coolest things that really develops over time, and really richens over time as you get more and more exposed to it and more comfortable accessing it, and you become clearer and all of that. So last question, and this is something that I think a lot of people can relate to. Is there certain things that might have showed up in, maybe it's our past life, maybe it's our current life, whatever, that are going to make it really hard for us to create what we want in life, whether that's abundance of money or amazing relationships or successful business or what like great health, whatever. Is there anything that is able to block that in a really powerful way?
Sadly, the answer is yes, right? And so one of the things that I have found, and really over the last 25 years of doing healings and readings and teaching and working as a healer with people to dive deep into healing past life trauma, what I notice is that past life trauma blocks us in a phenomenally strong sort of way. Yeah. We often make vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience from different past lives where we were nuns or monks or priests or some sort of ascetic in a very, powerful, sometimes religious position. And so we can clear all of those old vows that hold us back. We also interestingly vow to never have money when we have died because we were rich. And so when it comes to kind of in a monetary abundance, that abundance of money, we have all sorts of different kind of vows that stop us from creating an easy, simple flow of monetary abundance, such as these vows of poverty, like I'm never going to take money for my spiritual gifts, or a vow of I'm never going to be rich again because that got me killed, or I died alone and lonely because that money, I was not very nice when I was rich. So we have all sorts of those kinds of things. And we have ancestral lineage energy that can also strongly block us. When our family lineage believes that you have to work really, really, really hard just to survive, that can affect abundance of all kinds, not only money, but health and happiness, relationship, because our main focus in many of those lives was survival. And so no time for fun or really love, or, it was seriously survival. So we can go back and clear a lot of this ancestral lineage energy that keeps us from creating a more joyful, happy, abundant life with, fun, joy, love, vacation, right? All of that sort of thing. So it's really important to understand that our past lives affect us, I really think, a lot more than most people would ever imagine. And so it's one of the things I teach my students to do, is to go into their past life histories and literally look for blocks that we can clear and release. And then many of the gifts and talents that we have written about in our soul's plan for this life, we said, I want to come in and be a healer, be a teacher, write a book, invent something, whatever it might be. And we feel kind of blocked from some of those gifts and talents we've actually had in other lifetimes because of past life trauma. So I teach you to clear and release that past life trauma so you can reclaim and really access those gifts and talents in this life now. So it makes it much easier, again, to really align with the plan that your soul wrote before you were born.
So cool. So again, I highly encourage everyone, register for the free Zoom on Tuesday, get to know Lisa. She's doing incredible work. No matter what, you'll leave with something really cool. And there's also a free gift. It was the first thing I posted. There's a free gift for you in the comments, which is a guided meditation that's going to guide you through the Akashic Records. So that's a good preview to do before Tuesday. Is there anything else we need to make sure we touch on before we sign off?
No, I really think that's it. So download my journey into the Akashic Records, and in that guided visualization, you will bathe in the river of forgiveness. You will meet one of your record keepers. You will reclaim 3 of your past life gifts. So it's a very profound meditation to download now and do before the call if you can, or later, whatever. It's many of my students love to do it again and again because it's just a lovely, simple way to enter the Akashic Records. But during this free live Zoom call, so you do need to register to get the Zoom link, I will really talk so much more about the 5-step wisdom prayer system that I teach, how you can start to really align to your soul's plan to create the beautiful 5th dimensional new earth life that your heart desires. So I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, May 24th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and have a fabulous weekend.
I love it. Sue, I replied to your comments. So it's at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then I put another comment in there with the date and time. So do it. Why not? Always good talking with you. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Bye-bye.